What up everyone, it's your man XMan87 here, bringing you another Marvel Legends video, and what I have for you today is the Marvel Legends 85 Years Celebration Series Superior Spider-Man action figure review. Before we get into everything, if you could please leave a thumbs up, like rating on the video, it'll help show your support for my channel and I greatly appreciate it. Now with that said, let's go! I don't think y'all are ready for me to cook. So, when this figure was first revealed, I was excited. I thought the only thing that I wouldn't like about this figure is not having a double diaphragm joint. And let me tell you, after having it in hand, there are a slew of other problems going on with this figure. And I'm sure the other shield channels are going to tell you that this figure is superior, and sorry man, it is far from that. It is inferior. But you know me, I'm not going to lie to you. I keep it real 100%. I wouldn't steer you wrong. And if you're one of the viewers that are very sensitive about me disliking a figure that you like, then take your crying elsewhere, man. Because like I said, I'm going to cook this figure and I'm going to grill it, man. Alright, so first off, he has a new upper torso, new arms. So, you know I'm a fan of all new sculpts. But I'm a fan of good all-new sculpts. This is not a good all-new sculpt, man. It's a bad one. Look at this chest. Look how small it is. Holy crap. It's like he has no chest. Dude's got a freaking bird chest. That is horrible. And then, oh, it gets worse. When you use his diaphragm, right? The torso is just the regular traditional ab crunch going forward and back. Look at that. Holy shit, man. Look how that's sticking out. It looks like... You guys ever seen the movie Aliens where the alien is bursting out of that dude's stomach? That's what it looks like to me. It looks like an alien is about to burst out of his stomach. Man, they messed up on that sternum so bad. Holy crap. That is not good. I mean, bending back is not that bad, you know. It's definitely on the front. You know, the abs look fine. I actually like that, you know, there is somewhat of a V shape, but it's just not it, man. You know, like the hardline waist swivel is almost as bad as Pizza Spider-Man. I don't understand, why didn't they just do the Renew Your Vows buck on this, man? And you can't tell me it's because of the back piece. Because if I take this off, you know, you got the 3 holes that the back piece plugs into. There's more than enough room to add that. More than enough. They could have done it. I really don't know why. That is just bad. I mean, the butterfly joints are pretty much non-existent. You know, you get more forward than back movement, but posing around with him, it was pretty much useless. It's not ideal for good range on a Spider-Man figure. The new arms, they look fine, but they've been doing this where the peg is visible, where the bicep would meet the deltoid. Why can't it just, you know, cover the peg? Just hug around the deltoid muscle. They keep doing that, man. I just don't understand. He is on a disc hinge, and peep this out. Alright, the head sculpt is fine from like the top, but the mouth area, it is weak. Because if you want him looking up, look at this. Dude's chin just disappeared. What the hell, man? Like, who designed this shit? Yeah, dude's got a freaking turkey chin. Like, come on, man. That is not a good look, y'all. That is a poor design. If I do the ab crunch on the front going back, they extended the spider leg design there. It doesn't look good. This looks like shit, man. Again, the muscles on the new arms look fine. I like that he has his gauntlets this time around. Because the last Superior Spider-Man in Marvel Legends, he didn't have this, nor the Waldos, because I believe it was being based off of concept art. It wasn't the final look. It has some nice shimmer to the silver. Got some red paint in there. You got his fist. The red is painted on the inside. But yeah, going back to the head. Sorry if I'm all over the place, man. But this figure's issues have scrambled my brain a bit. But the head sculpt, what they did with the eyes here, they did like this tampography thing with their face print decals that they usually do, and they did like city skyscrapers on his lens. And while it's a cool concept, in execution, I don't think this is it, man. I would have preferred like a black chrome lens. Oh, if we had a black chrome deco on the lens, that's how it should have been. It would have looked so much better. You know, this is probably good for like photography and things like that, but this wouldn't be my choice for display. I don't know. I'm gonna give it some more time. The paint on the cobwebbing pattern is really nice though. Like, they did a great job with that. How it's very like tight together and almost like a shattered kind of cobwebbing design. I always like that. I always like the spider logo too on Superior Spider-Man. Here's the back piece right there, which you saw is removable. The rest of the body, yeah, this is a new crotch piece too. It's Renew Your Vow legs. They gave him that at least, so he'll have the toe joint. And they painted the tip of the toes and the heels in red, so alright. Now for accessories, he does have an alternate head, and I think I may like this one more. I'll still give the other head a chance. Maybe it'll grow on me. But I do like this. Again, nice paint patterns there with the cobwebbing. It's still the same shape because you still get that, that look where his chin disappears. That's horrible. Then he comes with 2 web whipping hands and 2 open hands with the claws out. This looks good. Then he comes with an additional backpack that the Waldos will plug into. And for the Waldos, they look pretty nice, man. They're actually really long. I measured them at about 8 inches. And it's got a nice coloring to it, a nice shape to it. Very comic accurate. You get 4 Waldos in total, and they each have a 4-point break. So there's one right here at the hinge. Second one right here on the lower end, the third one right here in the middle, and the fourth one right here at the top. Then it's easy to just plug the Waldos into the back piece right here, and then just plug them into the back on Spider-Man so you can have the Waldos connected to them. And if you thought I was done with all the problems on this figure, oh no, there is more, because look at this shit. How the hell are the pegs visible through this? And yes, they are plugged in all the way. This is terribly designed, man, because it's supposed to be against the backpack where the Waldo ends right here, right at that hinge. And what's crazy is the promo images show the pegs plugged in all the way. It wasn't visible at all. You don't believe me? Here's proof. There's the image. As you can see, all the Waldos are plugged into the backpack and there are no pegs visible whatsoever. So the final product here got screwed up because having the pegs hanging out like this, they're just asking for you to break your figure, man. It is not good whatsoever. And yes, maneuvering it around a bit since I was playing with this figure has caused some stress marks, so I am afraid of this breaking over time. And the hinges are tight, and because the pegs are exposed, the holes aren't deep enough for the pegs to plug in all the way and securely lock these spider legs. The problem you'll run into is that when you move the hinge, you're going to cause stress on the peg right there. It's going to keep pulling the peg over, causing more stress. And look how it's causing that stress mark. You see what I mean? You know, not so much a problem for this one, but some of the others are. And yeah, that's the problem I'm running into. Like I said, over time, this thing might just snap. The hinges being tight is a good thing because you want to prop them up with his spider legs for display. The real problem comes from the pegs not having a peg hole deep enough so they could securely lock into place. If we had that, it would have avoided this peg from being stressed when moving it around, because there wouldn't be any free space for this peg to wiggle around and cause stress. Don't let anyone bullshit you telling you this is superior. This is not superior whatsoever. This is inferior bullshit. The legs here are articulate, but this top hook right here doesn't hook in all the way. It's like freaking Iron Spider all over again. And if you saw my review on that, you guys know I was highly disappointed in that figure. At least there's a top breaking point right here at the top. We didn't get that with, or excuse me, I should say the middle. We didn't get that here with Iron Spider. There should have been a break right here, and there wasn't. So the only workaround is that you got to do this. Bend it back, and also bend this back, or just swivel it, I should say. Swivel the middle part so you could get more range. Actually, no, bring that back so it could hook in more. There, you could get the top part to hook in more, but then you get the wrong shape, and it's no longer accurate anymore. As you should see, the curvature, the curvier side should be on the front and the spiky part on the back. Now, despite my complaints on Superior Spider-Man, I will say that I like this figure a lot more than Iron Spider. I mean, he looks better to look at than Iron Spider because I just couldn't handle looking at this Iron Spider. As you can see, the metallic torso and crotch piece and the limbs not matching and the head not matching that torso, it is god-awful to look at. It made me cross-eyed. I just can't stand that. The mismatched plastic color tone on this one is just abysmal. And I do like the red color they chose here for the Waldos. And it's got a nice shimmer to it. And if you did want them levitated by the spider legs, then you can do that. As you can see, that looks awesome, alright? That looks awesome. I can't even complain about this. This is what I wanted in a Superior Spider-Man, to be able to do that. But the only thing is sometimes, because of those pegs being exposed like that, it will lean over sometimes because there's just no full stabilization due to the fact that the design flaw of the spider legs are not plugged in all the way to keep them sturdy and firm. Alright, I did want to put the Renew Your Vows Peter Parker head on this body just to see how it looks, and yeah, it sits too high, it makes his neck look way too long, and I'm not about to Dremel or sand it down to adjust onto this body. It's not that serious for me. Speaking of long, man, these arms are long on this body, so wacky proportions, man. Now to cover articulation for Superior Spider-Man, let's just start off with the Waldos. So they swivel and they hinge at each breaking point, but just so you could get an idea of how much it ranges, back, 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 and back. So, you know, a lot of good back movement, and you can move it forward that much, forward, and this one is the one that doesn't hook in all the way, and you can get it across his body like that. His head looks about that far up, as I showed you before, and looks that far down. Pretty good there. Left, right, no head pivoting whatsoever. His arms move upward and outward about that far, slightly higher than a straight T-pose. And then you got the butterfly joints, and you got the arms that you can, you know, swing them around and stuff. You got the bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbows. All right, not the best of range, but it's okay. Wrist swivel, wrist hinge. Then you have his ab crunch that moves that far forward and then that far back. And if you move them back, you can see it pushes the back piece out a little bit. I think they should have went with the Renew Your Vows buck, bro. I don't think that would have happened on the Renew Your Vows body if it did that, because you got that inverted ab crunch. And let me move it back. See, if they positioned it like right here, the waist wouldn't even touch the bottom of the spider. So again, I don't know why they didn't go with this. This makes no sense. Again, perfect positioning right there. It would make no contact at the waistline that would have pushed this back piece out like that. Man, wow. Oh my god. Talk about a poorly engineered figure. I don't know what they were thinking. They probably weren't thinking at all. You got the waist swivel, and then you get the drop down legs. But check this out, man. Check this out. This is probably the best thing about this figure. That's probably a full split. The closest that a Hasbro Marvel Legends Spider-Man can make a full split. Look at that. Unfortunately, it comes on a very bad buck. I've been asking for this forever on a Spider-Man. All of us, pretty much. That makes me extremely happy right there. And so his legs move that far up and back. You can get a full frontward split too. And his legs can rock around. You got the thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. No heel to the inferior butt though. And then you have the calf swivel right here, and the ankles that move up, down, they rock all around, and the toe joint. Let's get to comparisons. Here is Superior Spider-Man next to Iron Spider one more time. Like I said, I like the Superior Spider-Man figure more than the Iron Spider, and you get more bang for your buck with better paint, multiple hands, heads, etc. Here's Superior Spider-Man next to all other comic Spider-Man figures released so far this year. Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider, Spider-Shit, and The Last Stand Spider-Man. Here is Superior Spider-Man next to some other Marvel Legends Spider-Mans in his classic suit. The San Diego Comic-Con Raft McFarlane style Spider-Man, Renew Your Vow Spider-Man, Amazing Friends Spider-Man, and Ultimate Spider-Man. Here he is next to some other Ben Reillys, Spider-Man Beyond, Sensational Spider-Man, and Chasm. Here he is next to Dr. Octopus, as we know Doc Ock took over Peter Parker's body to become a better and superior version of the wall crawler in Superior Spider-Man. Lastly, we have the superior foes of Superior Spider-Man: Speed Demon, Boomerang, Shocker, and Lady Beetle. It's a damn crime they never gave us Overdrive to complete the team before giving us an updated Superior Spider-Man. That figure should have been out 5 years ago at least. And now to wrap things up, my final rating is a 6.25 out of 10. By far the biggest disappointment coming out of this 85 years line. 10 years wasted waiting for a worthy superior upgrade, but the design engineering flaws screw this over, making it inferior. It's mid at best, which is why I gave it a generous 6.25. I could have been a lot harsher, but being that I think this figure is better than Iron Spider, and I gave that figure a 6, only fair if I gave this a higher rating. I'm always trying to be fair within my rating system. Here's the thing. This figure came out 5 years too late. This should have came out back in 2019, which that was by the time I got sick and tired of seeing the Pizza Spidey Buck on Spider-Man figures. I remember saying something like that from my 2019 Big Time Spider-Man review. If this figure came back then, I would have loved it, but now it just doesn't live up to my standards, nor to today's standards. Is it a completely terrible figure? No, I'll take this any day over the last one we got 10 years ago. Like I said, this is mid at best. There are some really good takeaways, like how I can finally do a full split with a modern Hasbro Legends Spidey figure. The paint job is incredible with that shattered cobwebbing. I just wish the islands were painted in a black chrome, or at least a metallic black paint. I would have taken that. You get 11 accessories total, if you count each of the spider legs, for $30, which beats that Iron Spider that only came with an extra set of hands for $35, but you all knew that was a ripoff. Putting my disdain aside for the poorly designed spider legs from a functional standpoint, on a visual standpoint, they do look impressive, especially when standing them to elevate Spidey. But with all that said, just wait for Mafex to make one since they are on a Spidey roll. Yeah, you might wait a few years, but we'll get a better one from them than waiting another 10 years for Hasbro to give us a better one than this that they may screw up again. I'm extremely disappointed. This isn't just my most disappointed Legends in the 85 years line. It's my most disappointing Marvel Legends so far this year. Now I kick it back to you. What do you think of this Superior Spider-Man? Was it worth the 10-year wait for this upgrade? Or like me, were you extremely disappointed in it? Which character from Superior Spider-Man would you like to see next in Legends? Comment below, let me know, we'll chat about it. Thank you for watching another Marvel Legends review. Please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already at xman87. Hit the notification bell so you always know when my latest videos are up. Share and subscribe if you're new. See you on the next review. Peace, peace.